प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे पुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं तं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः।
Om Gurubhyo Namaha. We continue with chapter 5, Karma Sannyasa Yoga, the yoga of action and renunciation of action. And here is the essence of the verses 3 and 4, the translation and commentary by Maharshi Ji. Before I get to the verses, let me say a few words on the importance of gaining the state of renunciation. Here in this chapter 5 particularly, Bhagavan is giving the knowledge of how to get to this state of renunciation in a natural way, depending on what path an individual chooses. Here, the majority of the people who are seeking enlightenment are grihasthas or the householders. And then there are the recluse or the sannyasis who have renounced the world. And Maharshi Ji said once that these are a special breed. Sannyasis cannot be made. They are born this way. They seek enlightenment from birth. And this evolution in them to gain this Jivan Mukta in this life has come from the sadhana done in many lives, in many past lives. So here, the sannyasi or the recluse chooses Sankhya Yoga, the chapter 2, for his sadhana. So here, he detaches himself from all the activity of worldly life and begins renunciation of everything in the field of relativity. Now, the grihastha or the householder chooses the karma yoga, or through the karma yoga can again naturally attain the state of renunciation. For both, the transcendence is important, the dhyana samadhis are important to attain the goal. So here, whether one renounces the world and the activity in the field of relativity, or if one stays in the world and continues his activities through the senses and reaches cosmic consciousness, where the activity and the being are separate, ultimately they both reach the goal. So it is just an individual preference. Karma Yoga is suitable for the householder, and it is easy for the householder because he does not have to give up and feel that he is losing something. In actuality, he feels he is gaining something all the time with his sadhana. Here again, gaining this renunciation is very important, because without this, one cannot attain Jivan Mukta, or the freedom, the ultimate freedom or enlightenment. So here Bhagavan is saying, let it come naturally, let it happen spontaneously, and just continue with the sadhana of this dhyana samadhis and gaining this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Then one realizes that in reality there is nothing that was lost, but everything has been gained. And from this vantage point of view, one remains as the being and then enjoys everything in the relative without the attachment and the bondage. So one remains in freedom and is fulfilled and in bliss. This renunciation is understood when one experiences the transcendental consciousness or the self-knowledge. But it becomes more concrete in the cosmic consciousness, and it reaches the perfection in God consciousness. Now let us enter into the verses. Gneyasa nitya sannyasi yona tveshti nakankshati nirdvandvo hi mahabaho sukham bandhat pramuchyate. Next, Sankhya Yoga Prutakbalaha Pravadanti na Panditaha Yekamapyaste Tasamya Gubhayotvindate Phalam. Now here is the translation. Know him to be ever a man of renunciation, who neither hates nor desires, free from the pairs of opposites. He is easily released from bondage, O mighty armed. I repeat again. Know him to be ever a man of renunciation, who neither hates nor desires, free from the pairs of opposites. He is easily released from bondage, O mighty armed. Next, the ignorant and not the wise speak of the path of knowledge, Sankhya, and the path of action, Yoga, as different. He who is properly established even in one gains the fruits of both. Again I repeat, the ignorant and not the wise speak of the path of knowledge, Sankhya, and the path of action, Yoga, as different. And who is properly established even in one gains the fruits of both. So here in the verse number 3, Bhagavan is describing the perfect state of detachment or sannyasa. And Bhagavan says he is free from the pair of opposites, and such freedom prevails in transcendental consciousness, cosmic consciousness, and God consciousness, where the self is known to be separate from the non-self or the relative. So here Bhagavan is bringing out the essential qualities of a man of renunciation, a sannyasi. He is free from desire, while at the same time he rejects nothing. He takes life easily as it comes, creating no tensions. His life flows freely in harmony with the laws of nature governed by the cosmic law. And here we know that the cosmic law is the basic law of creation. Further, such a carefree state of life in freedom is only possible when a man is contented. And then, this contentment is possible only when the mind is established in bliss consciousness. And this bliss consciousness is the state of the transcendental absolute, because in the relative field there is no happiness so intense that it could finally satisfy the thirst of the mind for joy. So again, he is free from desire, while at the same time he rejects nothing. And he takes life easily as it comes. And he is contented. He is contented completely because he is established in bliss consciousness. Now, having gained this state of transcendental consciousness, permanently, a man is freed from bondage and lives a life in the eternal freedom of cosmic consciousness. So, in this state of cosmic consciousness, he lives the eternal being as completely separated from the field of activity. And this is the state of perfect detachment or sannyasa. Again, Bhagavan says, the freedom that he enjoys is because he is free from the pairs of opposites. Here, Bhagavan uses the word easily. This word is of great significance because freedom from bondage is easily gained by rising above the pairs of opposites to the state of being. So, a sannyasi rises to that state of sannyasa where he experiences the state of separation which naturally exists between being and activity. And again, this is easily gained by rising above the pairs of opposites. Now, let me read the verse again. Know him to be ever a man of renunciation, who neither hates nor desires, free from the pairs of opposites. He is easily released from bondage, O mighty armed. Now in the next verse, Bhagavan is going to discuss further about the state of freedom from bondage, which can be reached either through the wisdom of Sankhya or the practice of yoga. So here again Bhagavan is saying, the ignorant and not the wise speak of the path of knowledge, which is Sankhya, and the path of action, which is yoga, as different. He who is properly established even in one gains the fruit of both. Here, the teaching of Sankhya brings to light the separation that exists between the imperishable and perishable aspects of life, between being and activity. Now, the practice of yoga also brings to light the separation that exists between being and activity. And how does this do? By bringing being into direct experience, that is self-realization. So by gaining this self-realization, then one understands the separation between being and activity very clearly. So here Bhagavan is saying that both Sankhya and Yoga lead to freedom from bondage. When Bhagavan is saying, he who is properly established even in one gains the fruit of both, then in order to be properly established in the teaching of Sankhya or Yoga, both understanding and experience are of vital importance. Sankhya and Yoga are each sufficient in themselves to bring liberation. And therefore, it does not matter whether the one or the other is given first importance. It is just an individual preference, and then continuing on that path till one gains the full, perfect renunciation. Here again, when Bhagavan says, the ignorant and not the wise speak of the path of knowledge and the path of action as different, he means that the wise who have risen to the state of freedom do not see Sankhya and Yoga as different. They may appear different, but they both lead to the same goal. And also because the main feature of both is the same practice of transcendental meditation and gaining the dhyana samadhi. And again, the only difference is that on the path of karma yoga, transcendental meditation alternates with activity on the level of senses, and on the path of Sankhya with mental activity. So here Bhagavan is saying, except for this small difference, Sankhya and Yoga are the same. And that is why the wise who have risen to the state of freedom do not look upon them as different. So, this verse and the next present the whole purpose of the 5th chapter, which is to place Yoga and Sankhya on the same footage as far as their results are concerned. Let me read this verse again so that you have full understanding. The ignorant and not the wise speak of the path of knowledge, Sankhya, and the path of action, Yoga, as different. He who is properly established even in one gains the fruit of both. Here ends the essence of the verses number 3 and 4, chapter 5, Karma Sannyasa Yoga, the yoga of action and renunciation of action, Translation and commentary by Maharishi Ji. We'll continue tomorrow. Jai Gurudev, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu.
शास्त्र